Hey, family. Welcome to this episode of the Saturday Sit Down. I am your host, Miss Erin Poole. I apologize once again for my tardiness, but it be like that sometimes. But nevertheless, happy Saturday. I am happy to see you guys. I know I was absent last week. A lot going on, but here we are today. So I have a few things to talk to you about, but the topic of the discussion for tonight is leadership. So I want to go ahead and dive straight into that, and then we'll get into some other things that I wanted to discuss. All right, let me see. Okay, hello, Miss Courtney Jones. Hello. Um, all right, so let's talk about leadership. What do you do? Is that the question I want to ask? Yes. What do you do when you enjoy your job, but upper management is a problem for you? And that's just an open question. I'm not even going to really answer that, but I am going to talk about what good leadership is and what poor leadership does. For one, good leadership understands their staff and gives them autonomy to do their job. Usually, micromanaging doesn't work well. And there was a reason why they were hired. Um, and if you are questioning their ability to do the job, you are also questioning your ability your ability to make good decisions in hiring. So before you question them, perhaps you should question yourself. Poor leadership is generally, and I won't even say leadership, well, I'll say leadership / management, to be clear, is almost always the reason that people leave a job. It's not so much, people say they have a crappy job. More often than not, it's the management or a problem with them. Their open door policy is not really open. Hey, Mr. Willis. Or they only allow you to kind of talk to them on their terms. But when there are things that you need to have addressed, they're deaf. As a good manager, you should understand that you have a need and you hired people to fulfill that need. Obviously, there's going to be some coaching, training, learning, developing. Things change. Nature of the business changes sometimes, especially as, we all kind of witnessed throughout this past year and a half, almost 2 years now. So there are going to be some different circumstances that are going to impact the way that you conduct your normal day-to-day business. But there's a way to communicate that. And if you're hiring adults, you have to remember they're adults. You can't talk to them like they're children. And you can't say whatever you want to say out of your face and expect for them to just take it. No, that's not a good look. In this day and age, it is critical to appreciate the employees you have because everybody is hiring. Everybody is hiring. There's no industry right now that nobody's hiring. So it's a employees market at this point. They can up and go at any given time. So be grateful that they continue to come to your establishment on time. I guess it's kind of a general thing, but I'm going to leave it like that, okay? Because, yeah. But y'all fill in the blanks, okay? But good leadership allows for a healthy amount of back and forth. And I don't mean like arguing or disrespect. No, disrespect should not be given or tolerated. But there should be discussions allowed and had in order to move the business forward. If you trust that your employee has the business's best interest at heart, then you should trust the information that's coming from them. And if you can't accept feedback, you're in the wrong part of the bus. Because a good manager or a good leader succeeds by service. When you invest in your employees, you are essentially investing in the business. If you if you want people to care about the product or the business in itself, whatever it is, the nature of the industry you're in, care about the people that maintain it. Pour into them and give them the autonomy to do the job that you hired them for. Give them the coaching, the training, and the development that they need to be successful. Now, you're going to have bad apples, bad employees, and things like that. But before you look at them, you have to look at you. What have you put out there? What have you done to help them be successful? And if they have been with you for a significant amount of time, and in today's market, 3 months, 6 months, that's a significant amount of time at this point. But certainly once you start having employees stick around for a year or more, they're probably not just there for the money. And sometimes employers and bosses think that the paycheck is a gift. It's not. It's a right. We work for that. And you get a paycheck at any job you go to, whether they pay you in cash or they pay you in check or direct deposit. You get paid for your work. You're working for the pay. So that's not a gift. That's not a bonus. I mean, ooh, anybody out there? Hello, is this thing on? Do y'all feel me? What are some of your experiences with good leadership and poor leadership? As a manager, it's my job. So I'm gonna speak specifically for me and what I do and how I approach it. Because obviously I think that I'm a good manager, but I would think that, right? But you have to learn to speak the employee's love language, right? From a work from a work standpoint. Just like in your romantic relationships, you have to learn your partner's love language. That means that how do they receive information? What is their method of feeling appreciated? Because some of the love languages are service or acts of service, um, appreciation, words of appreciation, gifts, etc. And it works the same way for employees. Everybody is not appreciative of extra money, believe it or not. Some people work better when they are acknowledged or appreciated. They like gifts, personalized gifts, or gifts, relative to something that means that they like. It's not just a generic, oh, here's a gift for you. Everybody gets a cup. Everybody gets this. Everybody gets that. It's something specific for them. Everybody is human, unless you work with technology and you a fully automated establishment. You're working with humans, and even the most perfect humans are still flawed. They're gonna make mistakes, and you have to give them that benefit because you make mistakes too. And there is a healthy balance between correction and encouragement. And sometimes you have to learn how to balance the both of them, because obviously if they're making mistakes, there is some correction needed. And as well as correction needed, sometimes it's encouragement. Sometimes they are careless for the simple fact that they think that they don't matter. Nobody's noticing. Nobody sees what they do. It doesn't matter if they do it right or whatever, So it's not that they don't know, they just don't think it matters. So help your employees to understand that they matter, or at least feel that way, even if you have to pretend. Like, just do what you have to do to make your employees feel appreciated. And once an employee feels important, they will give you the best of them. You have to pour in to get out, period. You can't just hire somebody and think that they're going to do the job because they applied for it. Baby, that ain't how it works in reality. That's how it's supposed to, but And some people have a work ethic where they're going to give 100% every day, regardless of how they feel about it. And just because an employee is there every day, on time every day, that doesn't necessarily mean that they are happy or going to stay. They could be going along to get along. And then you look up and they're gone. That's because you didn't tap into them. You didn't get to know them, see how their day is, learn something personal about them, and remember it. All right, I got a lot of comments coming in, so I appreciate it. Let me take a break from what I was saying and read through these. All right. Question yourself first. Tone deaf. Okay. Thank you for bringing it up, sweetheart. So when it comes to being tone deaf and how you approach employees, just because what you're saying is correct or factual doesn't mean that you're saying it correctly or in a way that it can be received. You can't scream at an employee that they messed up. Yes. Did they mess up? It's factual. Yes. Is that going to get them to not make the mistake again? Baby, you scream at the right one, that'll be your first and last time. And I don't mean that in no negative way other than they walk out the door. But as a manager, and certainly if I was in charge of a company, I wouldn't want that. You can't run a business with the mindset that you don't need anybody, because that's not how it works. Not only do you need your employees, you also need the people you do business with, whether it's vendors or customers, and they deserve to be treated with respect. You have to be fair, be balanced. And also, if you're going to be a jerk, you can't expect to be treated like a king. No. Respect is earned. Now, there is a certain level of respect that will be given just off the merit of you gave them a position. But that's about where it stops, and that's more or less just appreciation than actual respect, but it's definitely earned. And if you come off disrespectful, don't get upset when you get disrespected. Okay. All right, my bad. Good evening, Mr. Hill. Good to see you. Walk out the door today and then another door tomorrow. Yes, because a lot of companies are literally hiring on the spot. Hiring on the spot. And that's not a threat or anything like that, but that's just a statement of fact. And you need to be cognizant of that. And even if the job market wasn't what it is now, where it's a wide open job market, you can pretty much find the kind of job that you want. Or maybe this is now where, they're lowering the requirements for things because they're just in such a great need for people, that this is an opportunity for people to change careers, give this a try, give that a try. Even if it was a tighter job market, like there, not a lot of jobs out there in this at the third, that doesn't mean that you can still treat your employees any type of way. Because let me tell you something. Let me tell you about the little blessing I got. Okay. You're not gonna up and disrespect me because I have permission, okay, to leave anything that is disrespectful to me. And we will figure it out later. Okay. So you got to know who you talking to and what you're dealing with before you just come off crazy. because you can't there there is disciplinary action for employees, but when you think that you're gonna get personal with your employees, baby, they're persons, they're people. Okay, so yeah, and that's not the kind of energy you need to be trying to put out as a leader, manager, or owner. A lot of time with management, it's not what they say, it's how they say it. Let me take that down and then put it back up and read it again. A lot of time with management, it's not what they say, it's how they say it. Mm. Pass the collection plate. That was a word. Okay. Sometimes people, as well as management, don't understand that employees do have lives outside of a job and don't take it into consideration. Exactly. Exactly. One of the best things that a good manager or owner can do is respect the work life balance. Like me. Okay, y'all, I tell y'all every week, I work 6 days a week. I work 6 days a week. I've been working 6 days a week for almost a year. And it's kind of what I have to do and what I need to do. And that's just how I'm built, right? But as a result, I don't force my employees because I have 10 people under me. I don't force them to work the way that I work. If they need days off, I try at my best to accommodate that, especially when they give me notice. I try and give them a break when I can. Like, hey, you can go ahead and take the rest of the day off because, everybody ain't just about the money like that. You know what I mean? So I know who needs their whole 40 hours and who would like to go home early. So when I see an opportunity for that, I give it to them because I know what it's like to have a disconnect between your work life balance. Like, who, baby? I'm out of whack. Okay, I'm out of balance with my work life balance right now. And take that into I take that into consideration. I know what my struggles are with the way that my schedule is and with everything else that I've got going on outside of work. So I respect that for my employees, whether they ask me to or not. Thank us for coming to work. The way people are quitting left and right, appreciate the ones that do come in. Okay, is it Sunday? No, it's Saturday, but girl, you preaching. Go ahead, Pastor Jones. Okay, here we go. This is a little wifey correction here. Without the people or employees, you don't have a company. He left out the out part, but I got you, baby. I know what you meant. But that's factual. That's factual. When you are doing a good amount or a fair amount of business, it is the result of those under you. So you can't sit here and act like you did it by yourself. Did you start the company yourself? Yes, you did. Did you do everything by yourself in the first year or two? Yes, you did. 30 years later, you gonna act like you're the only one that contributed to your success? How, Sway? How? Oh my goodness. I wish I could blow this up right here. Titles don't deserve respect. People do. Woo. All right then, but I need to just jump down in the comments and let y'all do this show. Y'all coming through. Come through with it. People that are working nowadays, from teachers, healthcare, or any professional, or any profession, are getting burnt out. Again, take into consideration your employees' work-life balance, especially if you're working from home. Because people think that working from home means that, oh, you got time, you got luxury because you working from home. No, you are working from home. So now, whereas when you're at work, there are breaks either given or you take breaks. How you take a break at home? Like you already in the break place. Like this, like you working from the break room. Like it's not a break. You know, it's all right. I get it. I get it. But yeah, yes. Let's talk about leadership and the need for good leadership and why it matters, especially when you know you have good employees. And some things that I have experienced is that sometimes I don't even know how to. I'm going to tell it to you, and it may not make sense in the beginning. I'm going to try and fix it later. Employers understand your value, and it frustrates them because they can't replace you. They can hire somebody else for your position, hire somebody else to do your job, but they can't hire another you. And it frustrates them but they don't recognize it the right way or acknowledge it the right way. They recognize it to themselves, but they don't put that out to you. All right. All right. I ain't gonna spend all night on this. I just wanted to holler at y'all about some leadership. Nowadays, the working ones are having the workload doubled and expect to get it done. Wait a minute. Let me read this in silence and I'm going to tell you what it say out loud, okay? Nowadays, the working ones are having the workload of double and they expect to get it done. And think it respect them. All right, I'm going to give it a shot, y'all. Nowadays, the working ones are having their workload doubled and expected to get it done. And I don't know. I'm lost. And they expect more from you. Okay. Sorry, cuz that was a struggle right there. I tried. I can fill in a missing word or two. But I think it's a little truth right there. So the ones that are actually coming to work are having their workloads doubled. Okay. Thank you. Here we go. Nowadays, the working ones are having their workload doubled because there are people missing. And they're expected to get it done, and they do it, and they're not respected or even thanked for it. They're just expected to do more. Gotcha, cuz we gonna work. See, we work well together. But all right, that's my topic for the evening. Yeah, that's my topic. Clearly, this one is kind of close to me. Okay, but obviously, I'm 40 years old. I've been working. Oh, child. I've been working for a long time, y'all. I've been working since I was 16 years old. Ooh, I ought to be ready to retire, right? Oh, I wish. But I've experienced all sorts of leadership. And uh, one thing for me is that a great leader inspires me to go above and beyond, regardless of my paycheck. I have gone like one of my favorite jobs was when I worked at Zaxby's. And it was because I was trusted, I was trained, and I was equipped with the knowledge that I needed to do my job. And there was room for growth. The managers and the owners had a for real open door policy. Anything that I didn't understand from a business standpoint, and this was just me being a cashier, I was able to get clarification and understanding on. And I worked for them for about 6.5 years. And then they changed ownership, and me and that new owner didn't really work. But I was given everything that I needed to be successful. If I would have been unsuccessful in my role, it would have been literally because I just chose not to. Um, they sent me off to training. So I started out as a cashier, making $5.75 an hour. And then 2 weeks later, I got a raise to $6, and then I got a raise to $7.25. I got promoted to team lead. Then I got promoted to assistant manager, promoted to general manager, and sent off for training to be the training manager, and went on to help open two other um, franchise locations for that particular owner. And I loved it, and I wasn't even making crazy money. Especially like now that I'm older, I realize how much I was not making any money, but I was making like $32,000 a year and thought I was balling, but I was 20 something. I was like 25, 26 years old, maybe. Maybe even 24, because I think I turned 25. So that kind of money at that age, you ain't got no responsibilities. You know, you ain't paying no bills. I'm still living with somebody. I wasn't paying no rent. I know that. So I didn't have the rent. I didn't. Yeah, so that's some good money when you ain't got all them responsibilities. But I say all that to say this: because of the freedom that that job offered me, the training and the investment that they were willing to make into me, it made me want to give it all like I had, and I was in there, baby. I was in that thing 6, 7 days a week. On off days, I'm stopping by. Hey, y'all good? You need help? I'm training other. I loved it. I loved it. And, it's a restaurant job. So it's not like it was really that great, the job in itself, but it was what that company had to offer, and that's the benefit of good leadership, good management that cares and recognizes their people. And there's a difference between being a successful company and being a successful person. Because as an owner, if your business is profitable, and it doing well, generally you do well. But it takes people outside of yourself. And you have to be willing to accept that sometimes you're not the smartest one in the room. And if in fact, if you are really smart, you will make sure that you're not the smartest person in the room. It's that simple. Okay, here we go. Y'all want to test my translations today? That's all right. I'm trilingual, okay? I speak English, I speak a little Spanish, and I speak a little hood. So here we go. Aaron boy, you know you can do some translations, huh? Yeah, see, there we go. There we go. But all right. Thanks for entertaining that conversation, guys. Give me your thoughts and comments. And I know a lot of you or will be watching this on replay. Go ahead and leave them comments, because I know y'all got some leadership issues, stories, and things to contribute to that. So before I get out of here, I would like to say that this is the final episode of the Saturday Sit Down. Oh, I ain't used these in so long, y'all. I hope I play the right one. Nope, that's not it. That's not it. That's not the right one. Nope. There we go. There we go. I found it. This is the final episode of the Saturday Sit Down, not just for 2021, but pretty much for good. However, it's not the end of the Beacon of Truth. Starting in 2022, we will be going in a different direction. What I am going to do is, one, I'm going to do away with the Saturday Sit Down, but I'm still going to be here making videos, doing live videos. But next year, we are also going unfiltered. Yeah. Not every video will be out there, but Sometimes they will be, but there'll be full disclosure. You'll know before you click on it. So enter at your own risk. But let's talk about why I've decided to change the format of the show. Or I guess the style of the show. The format's going to stay the same. It's still going to be me here doing this pretty much from the studio. I may do some remote things, like, if there's an event going on or something like that, I may do some of those. The videos will be shorter. They'll be kind of whenever I get the notion to do them. But I do promise you will still get one video per week at least. But doing away with the Saturday sit down actually affords me the opportunity to give you a better show, quality content. What is happening now, especially with this schedule, I just got done talking about me working 6 days a week and trying to balance that between planning the wedding and obviously just, fulfilling my relationship duties to my better half. It's difficult to be here. And I find myself rushing like, oh, shoot, it's almost 8:30. So then I get here to do the show for you guys because it's 8:30 and I owe that to you. But then my show's not complete. Like there were a couple of times where I didn't have the names. I didn't have all of the information. That's what I like to give you. When there's a topic, a situation, or something going on, I like to be able to give you the truth and the whole truth, not just pieces and parts of it and things like that. So now doing away with the Saturday sit down will still allow me to cover a lot of the content and topics that I have covered, but I can give it to you in a better format. And it'll be more complete. For example, when I was talking about the Ahmaud Arbery case, I couldn't remember, or I didn't get a chance to gather all of the facts pertaining to that. Like I completely forgot to tell y'all that they are looking to prosecute the former prosecutor in that case. Okay. Because just for her mishandling of it, I didn't have her name. I didn't even have that information to share with you guys at the time of the show. So that's that. I'm gonna continue to do the videos. You will continue to see me. It will just not be the Saturday sit down. It will be when I can give you a complete episode, when the content is complete, because you deserve that. Now let's talk about, what does unfiltered mean? Am I gonna be cussing people out? If they deserve it. But it just allows me to be more of my authentic self. So it's not to say that I've been quote unquote fake over this past year or so that I've been doing the I guess the PG-13 versions. However, y'all, I'm 40 years old. The only person that I don't curse when I talk to is my mama, all my parents, and V's parents. Everybody else, okay, y'all know how we get down. Okay, I'm from Atlanta. I'm from a city whose mantra is ATL ho. Okay, I'm sorry. Like y'all. Nevertheless, going this route where one make it a little more natural for me, because sometimes doing this show the way that I've done for the Saturday sit down, I try and keep it clean, try and keep it PG-13. Okay, great. 4 people have enjoyed the show. Not including me. So I'm still trying to grow this platform. I'm always going to stick true to who I am. And this is one of the ways that I'm going to do it. Also, going unfiltered takes me away from that quote unquote PG-13 stigma, I guess, and opens up other topics that I normally wouldn't have discussed on here. But again, if you're one of those PG-13 and you find cursing offensive and things like that, no worries. Please don't unsubscribe. I will give you full disclosure on each episode, because again, I'm still going to do those fact-based information. Oh Lord, now here go my mama, y'all. Do the 5. I don't know. That's my mama. I love her. That's my baby, y'all. But but the new format of the show will be a lot freer, a lot more real, cause I'm a real nigga. And also, I got out of my mama's house. I couldn't go unfiltered in my mama's house. Even though I'm grown, I'm not going to disrespect my mom like that. She has the opportunity to not watch these videos and things like that. But again, that's my mama. And she will always get that level of respect. And I just wasn't going to do that kind of show under any circumstances from her house. So now, ass free. It's going to be fun. Y'all don't even know it's going to be fun. But I know we got some PG-13 preferers, people that, hey, we don't use that kind of language here. No worries. I still got videos for you too. And I'm not going to mix them. It'll be clear. So don't unsubscribe. Just pick and choose which videos you work for. You choose. And probably based on the title, you're probably not the one for me. That's one. I got you. I got you. And me too. All right. That's my mommy. But y'all, the Saturday sit down has been real and it has been fun. And I just appreciate your support and allowing me to learn on the fly, dealing with my technical difficulties and just transitions and things like that. So I really, really I appreciate you. And I still hope that you will support the Beacon of Truth podcast in 2022. Because we about to go, we about to go in. We about to go hard in the paint. Okay. Yeah, yeah. I'm excited. I am so excited. I'm looking forward to having a variety of guests on here on the show. A lot more topics that we will be discussing other than the things that we have. Obviously, the things that are going on in the world as far as news and things like that, I'll still continue to bring you. And like I said, I won't be doing it on Saturday at 8:30, but I will still be doing the live videos. And sometimes I'll do pre-recorded videos, but it's going to be pertaining to a specific subject, things like that. So be on the lookout for it. Be on the lookout for it. We coming hard. Like, see how I'm stuttering right now? I won't be doing that in 2022, yeah. It's about to be so much fun. Oh, we about to have some fun. But let me make sure that I have everything covered. Oh, also, and breaking away from the Saturday sit down definitely lets me get back into the fun of it because I really enjoy doing the show. I really enjoy interacting with you guys, and I appreciate your comments and your support. I it keeps me motivated. It really keeps me going, and I appreciate you just being here and helping me to continue to rattle the can. For those of you that share the video, I know a lot of you have made this like a date night thing. Y'all call me after the show. I appreciate that, even though y'all can come on the show, but maybe you'll feel more comfortable with the more relaxed format in 2022. Um, but just having to be here every Saturday at 8:30, it was challenging, you know, especially just like I said with my schedule. And then, V and I live together now. Again, thank you for that. So, there's household responsibilities that I have to take care of. So it's a little more difficult to be here exactly at 8:30 on a Saturday. And I want to be able to be here and bring you accurate, complete content because that's what you signed up for. And I owe it to you because you all have just helped me grow tremendously in my craft. People have given me feedback, helped mold and shape the show. A lot of you have come on here. V, Courtney, Lovey will be back at some point in 2022 as well. And we're gonna have some real heated conversations. So a lot of those okay. A lot of the stuff that kind of got swept under the rug or I kind of let slide is because my mama was watching and I was in her house and I really couldn't say things the way that I wanted to say. But gloves are off. Nevertheless, I'm gonna get up out of here, y'all. As always, thank you so much for your support. Thank you for just hanging in here with the Saturday sit down. Over the past, so let me give you some feedback on how we've done over the past year. By the way, so this year we have accumulated about 45 new subscribers. However, the show averages about 20 views per week, right? And this is also what led me to kind of break away from this Saturday sit down format, is that during the show, I only get about maybe 8 to 10 views on the day at the time that I release the show or do the show. Then by the end of the week or by the time I get ready for the next show, it's gotten up to about 20. I think the last video got up to 22 views. So that means that they're coming in throughout the week anyway. So it looks like it's going to be better for everybody to just kind of catch it when it comes out. So it may come out on a Monday or Tuesday or Wednesday or something like that. It may be more than one. They will definitely be shorter because they're going to be tied to a specific point. I won't be doing this longer format where I've been going for about an hour, talking about this, that, the third, and just trying to pack a whole bunch in. They're going to be to the point, concise, and depending on if it's a two-sided conversation. If I have somebody on the show, obviously that's going to make it a little longer. But if it's just me up here talking, kind of like now, then I'm going to say what I have to say, provide the information, give you guys an opportunity to respond, and then we'll see you the next episode. But nevertheless, just again, thank you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Thank you so much for supporting the Saturday Sit Down. Again, we're still the Beacon of Truth podcast. That's still what I'm doing. We're still going to be here in 2022, and I hope to see you there. On that note, for the last time, ladies and gentlemen, it is the Saturday Sit Down, and I am your host, Miss Erin Bull. We'll see you guys on the Beacon of Truth podcast in 2022. Good night.